All right, chat. See how this goes.
He's not even wanting to fight, bro. Come on, man. Give me something.
See how this
We haven't
goes,
done this
chat.
like in such a long time. Over like, yo, you boring me. Come on, man.
She's just beating the crap out of Zoo.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nope, he's gonna ult. Like, of course. Way to go, Kali. Thanks for the feed. Feed central, bitch.
We'll go down. We need to go in now.
Select your god.
The old support.
He don't even want to fight, bro. Come on, do something, man.
Kali just completely avoided, like, her...
Horus.
I don't know what she's doing.
The Janus jungle, huh?
Jungle.
Oh, here she goes. She's gonna die.
Passive because Hades hates to see it. I mean, it's always Hades is always in a funky side because
Six of the biggest streamers in the world are gonna face off. Ready? Applebee's 2 for $25. Get one full-size appetizer and
Horus.
like our new bacon cheeseburger wonton taco appetizer. Seasoned beef, melty cheese, and bacon all wrapped in a wonton shell. Only at Applebee's.
Oh, I don't have anything on Horus, man.
Bugged with stems, flying insect-like trap. Made without chemical insecticides. It attracts and traps bugs 24/7. Live life, never bugged, with stem.
unfortunate.
I don't have anything on the Horus.
Kali is constantly trying to fight, and I'm not...
Fear not. Through my leadership, we will secure victory.
That's better, right?
Minions have spawned. Hi. obliterates my enemies.
We can start the lane here.
Enemy has been slain!
Set lurks in the shadows. Ward, dispel that darkness. Friend, behind you.
Allies gone! Save their cocoa!
Your right tower is under attack.
Enemy missing middle.
Be right back.
Your right tower is under attack. On my way.
I'll make them a get well soon stop.
Enemy missing.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack.
Enemy missing middle.
less grump at the holiday table.
Right back.
Your right tower is under attack. Ascend! Your right tower is under attack.
Enemy missing middle.
Retreat right lane.
Alright, so. Little rusty.
Enemy missing left.
On my way.
Oh no! Someone dropped the fruitcake and our friend!
Is down.
Ally has been slain!
I'm going for jungle buff.
Set lurks in the shadows. Ward, dispel that darkness. Friend, behind you.
Be right back.
Your right tower is under attack. Smash them.
Enemy missing left.
Can't hit with the thrust.
Retreat left lane.
Enemy missing middle.
Enemy has been slain!
Strike you down. Your right tower is under attack.
One less grump at the holiday table. They're running wild! Hi, oh dear! I'll give them a get well soon scarf.
Enemy missing middle. Careful left.
Your right tower is under attack.
Someone dropped the fruitcake and our friend! They're on a spree!
Was I wrong?
Like in the ornament aisle!
Your right tower is under attack.
Stealth mode complete.
Your left tower is under attack.
Light 'em up. Defend the Gold Fury.
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury. Your
On my
right
way.
tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed. sky
Your left
illuminates
tower
my
is
enemies.
under attack.
Ascend!
Enemy has been slain! Ally has been slain!
Your middle tower is under attack.
The Pyromancer has arrived.
Your middle tower is under attack. Ascend!
Enemy missing middle. Be careful.
Alright. I'm wasting a lot of time.
Scent lurks in the shadows.
Enemy
War,
missing
dispel
middle.
that darkness.
Allies gone! Save their photo! One less grump at the holiday table!
Crash them! Your middle tower is under attack.
Enemy has been slain!
Be right back.
Be careful left. Be careful left.
The sky illuminates
Enemy
my
missing
enemies.
middle.
Someone dropped the
Your middle tower
Team go, man.
Your middle tower is under attack.
One less grump at the holiday
Did
table.
you do that all by yourself?
The enemy team has destroyed the Gold Fury.
Oh dear! I'll knit them a cute little suit scarf.
When the hell did I buy that, man?
Save their Pogo! They're on a spree, like in the ornament aisle.
Your team has destroyed a left enemy tower.
Oh. Ah, no. I'm a fucking idiot, man.
Your right tower is under attack.
Can't hit this truck.
Set lurks in the shadows. Your left tower is under
Enemy
attack.
missing middle.
Your left tower is under attack. Your left tower is under attack. Your left tower has been destroyed. Be right back. The sky illuminates my enemies.
Oh, fucking nice, man. real nice.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed.
Nothing halts this holiday train!
Friend, behind you.
I'm not even here, man.
Oh no! Someone dropped the fruitcake and our friend!
Set lurks in the shadows. Dispel that darkness.
Defeat.
Man, I just when I actually want to play this game, I can't.
No, I've been trying to solo lane the double lane.
Scared of Q again.
Select your god. Oh, yes.
We're gonna do that, G. What do we want to do, Daji? It's nice, real nice. You don't usually, well, very rarely do you get the dodge. And the assault cues.
Select your god.
Arena. It's the worst one for lag.
Oh, yes.
The worst one for lag, chat. Crashmon VT. You don't see a Finra very much. Beta Puncher. Pedro. Oh yeah. Horus. We need to work on Horus's loading screen. His god card.
Did you miss me, Habibi? I suppose. This will help me track my prey.
The Ares stayed in the game, man. That's what I'm talking about. Tankathor?
Minions have spawned.
At the holiday table. Enemy has been slain. Oh dear. I'll let them get well soon, Scar.
Pretty good start to the game, chat.
One less grump at the holiday table. Enemy has been slain.
Alright, chat. Decent start.
Ally has been slain. Ally's gone. Go. Double kill. They're on a spree. Back in the ornament aisle.
It's actually a big time to start.
Triple kill. I'll let them get well soon, Scar.
chat.
One less grump at the holiday table. Hot with cocoa.
Go. Run.
Enemy has been slain. Save their cocoa. Two marshmallows and one cocoa. Ally has been slain.
Wait, you want this, right?
They're on a spree. They're running wild. Hide the fruitcake. They're on a spree. Like in the ornament aisle. One less grump at the holiday table.
I don't know what just hit me, but I'm running away from that shit.
Wounds.
Holiday hoped. They're grounded till New Year's. Enemy has been slain. One less grump at the holiday table.
Run.
Are we Pendulum Blade Gamers chat?
Enemy
there,
has
dude.
been slain. Shut down. One less grump at the holiday table.
Probably dead here, chat.
Oh no! Someone dropped a fruitcake and our friend! At once! Stop! They're on a spree! Like in the ornament aisle!
knew it was a little too far for me to reach. We tried it anyway, chat. We didn't get punished for it.
They're grounded till New Year's.
Interesting.
This will help me track my prey.
Allies gone. Save their cocoa. Aisle. Shut down. Spree, like in the ornament aisle. Like 2 marshmallows and 1 cocoa.
Perfect.
Alright, chat. Let's see how this feels. Pendulum, Blade, Damon, Andy's right here.
Run! This will help me track my prey.
Enemy has been slain. One less grump at the holiday table.
Never helped here.
Ally has been
What this
slain.
guy just did.
Run!
We got Blue Stone.
Someone dropped the fruitcake and our friend.
What I get for trying to help chat.
Strengthens our resolve.
Enemy has been slain.
That is what I get for trying to help.
One less grump at the holiday table. soon, Scar.
The Venom Blade feels pretty good.
They're on a spree, like in the ornament aisle.
Lagging so bad, chat.
The enemy has 50 tickets remaining.
Enemy has been slain.
Oh my god, man.
Marshmallows and one cocoa.
I don't even know what's happening to me right now.
Barely a cat scratch.
Made a fountain.
A new toy.
Oh dear. I'll knit them a get well soon scarf. One less grump at the holiday table.
This fucking internet, man, is unbelievably bad.
The enemy has 10
Open at
tickets
once.
remaining.
They're on a spree, like in the ornament aisle. Enemy has been slain. Save their cocoa.
Your team has 50 tickets remaining.
One less. Touch my stuff. Oh, my potions.
I want to play, can't play.
He's the reason why we lost. Not the Cabrakan at this point. Dude, why? Now he goes in. Like, what the fuck?
Once I saw the name Pedro, I knew it was over. I mean, it said. I mean, he was putting in work. For sure. For sure. Putting in work.
Wait, this fucking flanking, bro. I'm a fucking bitch. Like, what the fuck is Agni doing too? Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, we might have to just stop, right?
God, dude. This is what machine introduction is. He's looking so fucking cheeky. Fucking lame.
Might have to stop and just come back later. The lag is just way too bad.
Of course.
Alright. So all we got left is this guy's ship.
What?
If doubts and curiosity plague you before, I suspect the answer.
Yes?
Alright. So now we can go jump in the hole and not die.
I shall.
What do you wish to know until we meet?
I got 4 campfires. I'm debating whether or not I want. My girl. Champion. Troublemaker. Athenic Noel, what is that?
Hello.
Can I go straight to Barrel Isle now that I've been there? Is the question. Cannot. go. Oh, I can just hire a fucking.
Do you remember when we were children, and the missionaries came to tell us about the... I remember when I heard that, I snuck out at night and climbed the watchtower in the old fort. That fort burned down a few years ago, when we cast the missionaries out. It was the missionaries who set fire to it. They didn't want us to be able to use it. Shame. There was history in that fort. I miscalculated many things since this began. I'm relieved you weren't one of them. It's a good thing we didn't hang you.
Thank you.
I always knew this path would have consequences, but I never wanted to see Kratom suffer on my behalf.
Kratom?
I don't think I can stay here any longer. I am told the Inquisition is gathering an army, that they have sent messengers to bargain with rulers from distant lands. Kratom is not built to withstand a siege. If war is coming, I should be doing what Theos is doing. I will need allies. Allies in a stronghold that can resist an invading army. Osionis. They have held off many would-be invaders, and their king has no love of the Inquisition's faith. I wonder, would he listen?
I've already cleared all this out. Got gods up here this time.
Another turn, Inquisitor. I ask again, Jovara Exensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Do you?
I confess.
Indeed.
He wears the robe.
You have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitents.
Only...
Another turn.
No! Wait! Wait! I'm ready.
Jump into the pit, baby. Act 4.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while your heart settles and your eyes adjust, breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath, their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Well, that went better than I expected.
Think I dislocated my... That's better.
I think that statue of Woodica was watching us soil ourselves on the way down. Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
If doubts and curiosity...
Yes?
I'm on the trail.
And the fire shows me something new.
Just here for the XP, chat. He's way down, right? Soul Adra Prison. What are you? You gotta jump.
Nice and quiet. Easy now.
Easy now.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Pulse from the world above.
Dead on! Dead on!
Laying low.
shall.
Need something?
Ready, Watcher.
How may I help?
I'm here. Settle!
Of course.
I'm on the trail.
Right? Demon.
Hey. Yeah?
Ready, Watcher.
How may I help?
Get a good shot.
Hey.
It's not working! Aye? How may I help?
Get a good shot with this.
Aye? Lavaru, be on seat!
Need something?
Aye?
Can't get a good shot with this.
There's gotta be more going on than this.
Quiet. Indeed.
And the fire shows me something new.
Daybreak. Well, now. Alright, one room, cleared out. Still giving you gold. So there's some stairs.
I'm here.
And what does the flame reveal?
Alright, we like a trap.
That's settled.
Lava will be on sea.
Yeah? Off-tech work.
Aye?
I'm here.
When he resolved, man.
Yeah?
Not even slowing it.
This thing isn't doing the job.
How may I help?
Not even slowing it.
This thing isn't doing the job.
Trap, got a trap? Anybody got a trap? I want the XP. How was your Thai food, baby? Good. I feel like I shouldn't have missed that.
Not even slowing it.
That's not very helpful.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Healing shit's crap, man.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places. That's settled.
A door. A cutscene. As you approach, the flames seem to steady and draw strength. Layers separate and melt from you and melt away.
My old pupil. You are a welcome sight, but a worrying one as well. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here? A gallant gesture, if a bit misguided. And yet I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice. After all this time, he would still stand against the tide. I will tell you what I remember. I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. It was just after the trial.
This is like
You
torment.
were agitated. I think because you started to consider that
It's
what
like
I was
torment
teaching
and
may have been true.
Baldur's Gate 2 got a love child.
That the gods aren't real.
That can't be. She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
Nonsense! Clearly she has not been on the receiving end of a god's ire. She'd know how real the gods can be.
That doesn't seem possible.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people. I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my faith. I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine. They were conceived by Engwyth, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Engwythans sought an end to it. They devoted generation after generation. They prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith. The Engwythan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be. You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof, and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own. What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
But that's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
Margren set a path for me. She is fickle and cruel, but that is how she teaches. You know nothing of the fires that have shaped me.
And what if the fires themselves were lies? Lies you told yourself to bridge the gap between experience and truth. What if you had always been alone, without guidance?
Then it's because I've managed to find my own direction. But how many can find purpose and satisfaction in the reality you offer?
Would it comfort the grieving families to know that their children were hollowborn over a war of ideas? Would it quell the riots in Defiance Bay? However the gods were created, they exist now. That's what matters.
It is no offer of mine, this reality. It exists whether you accept it or not. And these things you speak of, these ills in need of a cure, ask yourself, if the gods had no influence, would these things exist at all? Or would the world be better off? What if neither guide knew the way? How then would you choose a course?
Well, I suppose I would always choose that which makes me stronger. But instead of doing it because Galawain wishes it, I do it merely because I wish it for my own life. Oh, Galawain, know that your humble servant was speaking rhetorically.
What if our burdens come to us not because they are meant to be, but because they happen to be?
They shape us all the same. It doesn't matter how I drew the small tooth, or even that Pursock had become a deer. The task fell to me, and I completed it.
There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator. I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it? If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember? I never wanted that. I had hoped that what I taught would replace your beliefs with something that made you stronger. For many it did. You were a blank slate to me once. A blank slate that I had taught the wrong things. I'd given you a false faith. I had to know I could undo what I had done. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who? I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could, even knowing what you've told me. Some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made? There is nothing to forgive. The fault was always mine. I led you down the path that led to Theos. When I tried to steer you back, it was too late. To have taught someone wrong is far worse than to have done wrong yourself. Long have I wished to make amends for this, but the time has long since passed. At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish, but now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know. In a matter of speaking, this is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Woodica is eternal. They linger above, at the side of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then. They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end. Last time someone asked me that, I was bound to an iron wheel with a broken spine. There are many things I've come to doubt about the choices I made in life, but that trial was my one moment of certainty. Even without a chorus of gods to tell me I had been right. The gods need to be reminded that we have a spirit, and that spirit is proof against their power. They have the power to manipulate and confuse and ruin us, but not to change our will. I will remain here until the world crumbles and fades from existence with joy. I could not say for sure, but you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into his words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, he cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances. That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he. If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him. Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again. If I repent, all I have done has meant nothing. for my part in leading you to Theos in the very beginning. I hope you can forgive me. I suppose I have waited long enough, and I do not wish to delay you any further. Come.
Interesting.
What?
Yeah, anything to say now?
If doubts and curiosity...
Slow and silent.
So, it's true. The gods are a sham that people have followed for thousands of years. Well, doesn't that just beat all? Here I was, wondering all this time whether all these terrible things were people's fault or the gods. Turns out they might be the same thing. Wonder how things would have gone different 15 years ago if the Raid Sarens had been told their god was made in some forge or kiln someplace. Would we still have gone to war? I could see the rebellion still happening, but I don't know that they would have invaded. When Woden left for war, we, had a fight. As brothers will. About him going off to war. He was set on it. But my parents warned him. They said you get a new country with every trip across the border, but your god... Me? I didn't know who was right. All I knew was I didn't want him to go. I said every vicious thing I could think of, trying to change his mind. He brushed it off. Just got me madder, of course, him being so calm. He said I should come with him. But by the time I'd cooled off, months had passed. One morning it dawns on me that my brother always knew better than me. If he was so sure of what he was doing, then I should be there with him. I packed my things and was on the road that same morning. Of course, what I didn't know then was he'd already changed his mind. By that time, he was dead on that field. Crossed my mind. You live in a place like Gilded Vale. You don't have a whole lot else. I hope that wasn't it. If I'd have left with him, we'd both be dead, so... He asked me to trust him the day he left. Said if I went with him, he'd make sure we were on the right path. And he deserved. Raid Saris is a long way to walk on your own. I think I'd have liked to have been there with him on that journey. Still one more...
Easy now.
I'll take a look.
I'll take a look. I don't even know where I fought those things at. Where was this guy?
I'm here.
Indeed.
Didn't read that.
Anyone here in Echo?
Yes.
We've been lied to. Our whole lives, and many lives before that. And it's led us to put our faith in a pantheon of gods that never deserved it in the first place. You're right. People will be better off finding direction on their own than following this farce. Besides, the gods haven't exactly done much to prevent us from slaughtering each other. If anything, they've only given us more pretenses for doing it. Slaughter seems to come whether there's a god involved or not. If it wasn't a god... I've also been thinking. There won't be much left of Theos by the time you're done with him, if I know how you operate. That will leave the leaden key headless. Perhaps it's best it stays that way. This is unexpected coming from you. Why keep it going? Then let's face Theos. When this is all over, I'll remember what we've been through. I'll see the leaden key transformed
You dick face.
If doubts and curiosity plague you...
Yes?
Shh.
Oh shit. Oh, these are the souls? This was huge, man.
full of surprises, aren't you?
Look at the size of this place.
Incredible! I knew the builders could work wonders, but this is amazing!
Can you do that again? I had something in my eye. I missed most of it.
Dude, you suck, man.
Let's get a good shot.
Charge!
spooky, man.
Indeed.
Bunch of level 1 things right around here.
See now what the flame has shown us?
I'm here.
I? Hey.
Hmm? I worked on vessels though, right?
Ready, Watcher.
Need something? Off this word.
Lava will be on sea.
What?
Can't get a good shot.
Yeah?
Not with this.
Hey.
Ready, Watcher.
Yeah? That didn't work! Need to try something else!
Hey.
Yes?
Not
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
That is not what I wanted to do. I missed.
Can it be? I never thought I'd see with my very own eyes. Even when you look Weil in the face, you can't know for certain.
You understand the value of a mystery watcher, a buried scroll, a hidden truth. These are my ways. You unravel a thread, Watcher. One you have lost and discovered over generations. And following it to its end has only brought you back to the beginning. A nebula of souls, blind and brimming with potential. The answer to Woodika's question and the beginning of yours. What would you do with them? A song the world knows and tires of. The droning chorus repeated again and again. Better the improvised melody, the unfolding chant. The listeners sit rapt, and just when they think they have the tune, no end, Watcher. That is the purpose. None know. They could end up anywhere in the realms of gods or mortals, whole or divided. Discovering them again and charting their course through the ether will be a new mystery. That is a word for endings, and this is but a crossroads. Even I do not know what you would choose.
Interesting.
I shall be discreet.
Let's turn on some more lamps.
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
Hey.
Need something?
What?
Hey.
What? Hmm?
Need something?
I? Lavaru, be on seat!
Can't believe this thing's not immune to that shit.
What?
Yes?
Yeah?
I'm here.
Hmm?
Yeah?
It's not working.
I'm here.
Hey.
Can't get a good shot with this.
There's a lesson to be taught. Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
All right.
Five.
I'm here.
Slow and silent.
No way I fucked up, right? I'm gonna clear this map first, chat.
Yes?
Ready, Watcher.
La Varu, be on seek! Hi?
I'm here.
Yes?
That didn't work! Need to try something else!
Shadow!
Of course.
Anybody else missing anything? We're missing a fucking bell?
I'll see what I can find.
Can't imagine there's gonna be level 1 fucking ghost in here. Oh, that's him following me around. That's cool.
Are you ready to take the oath? To spread the word of the gods to the lost and heathen?
Fucking that up for a long time.
I am trusting you to remain loyal to the gods in this. If you do not, you will have greater powers than me to answer to. But you will answer to me as well. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
I feel like you would, man. I feel like you're lying to me. I don't like all this electricity either.
This is a missionary, same as I was. Taught the wrong things as I was. Oceanus. They have held off many would-be invaders.
You are ready to give a confession?
From you!
Who's it, chat? They didn't fucking get me there. Alright, this seems good. It seems fucking too strong to not take. $100, man.
Yes?
It's the thing, chat. It's the giant thing.
You are far from your post, Inquisitor. What brings you here? That woman sought only to destroy the foundations of peace and civility that my people sacrificed everything to build. We are in a sanctum holy to Utica. There are others like it in service to the other gods. I come here often to pray for her counsel, and in this space I may be assured that she hears me. It has many uses, but its purpose is to bring structure to the chaos that surrounds it. They are monuments to Utica's greatest servants among my people. I hope to join them myself one day, but my work is not yet complete. The Inquisition was based on the need to cut the flesh from a rotting wound. What is a god? A higher power? A rewarder of good deeds and punisher of the wicked? Something men can turn to in their darkest moments when their days seem only like bridges from one tragedy to the next. Our gods are all these things.
Are there no
We are in a sacred place within earshot of the gods themselves. This is not the time. You've been through much these past few months. You will return home and you will rest. When you feel you have recovered, you may rejoin us at the trials. The Inquisition is far from over, and I will have need of you. There are many who continue to spread the lies of the apostate. The Inquisition will not end until we have pronounced judgment on all of them.
Love have a little evil skull flying around behind me.
How did you find it? Another in a string of acts of petty defiance. For all her knowledge, she always preferred spite over reason. Then she should have obeyed. I ask one thing of all my followers. She was incapable. A waste of rare talent and intellect. What of your cohorts, then? They have followed you to their deaths. Is it loyalty that brings them here? Or is it, as my agents suggest, that they have no direction of their own? You worshipped Aethys, did you not?
Your spies are good. What gave me away? The cape?
Yet when your god needed you the most, you chose your country.
We were being invaded, not by anyone who was acting like a god.
Then I should think your hometown gave you a hero's welcome when you returned.
Well, they made cake. And I think you can expect folks to get jumpy when the gods aren't there to reassure them. Maybe if they weren't all too busy trying to kill each other.
The gods argue over how best to prevent Kith society from destroying itself. These disruptions would not be necessary were mortal instinct not so diseased. What of you, Orlan? My agents tell me you are far from home, both in distance and in years. Have your friends proven a worthy distraction from the pain of ostracism?
Ostracism? Is that the name for the groin rash your mother gave me? Don't fool yourself, old man. You know nothing about me.
Enlighten me, then. Is it Galawain you serve, or is it Wal?
I do not serve Galawain. I am an instrument of his will.
But such difficulty on the way. If you had only accepted that perhaps you were fit to serve neither god, just as you were unfit to serve your tribe, you might have saved yourself the trouble.
Belittle my struggle at your own peril, Theos. I have been reforged by challenge and contest. Saved myself the trouble? Pfft, trouble, my friend, is what has made me strong enough to pull your lungs out through your colon.
Yet I suspect you amount to little in your god's eyes in either case. You built a weapon that delivered exactly as promised.
I served my goddess as you did yours.
Yet the other builders were slain, 11 of a dozen. Why not you? Were you somehow different? Redeemable in your god's sight?
There was a message there, whether she meant it or not.
Or was it merely that your goddess wanted you dead as well, and your delusions of importance prevented you from seeing the obvious?
A whore's beguiling charms, nothing more. But the spell's broke now, Theos. The trial's over. I know friend from foe, and I've come here now to see a foe repaid.
You were able to destroy a god because another god wished it. Without her hand to guide you, you could not strike at a god any more than you could strike the sky. You are impotent, and not just from the pox. State your name and purpose, young acolyte.
My name belongs to the gods, and my hand to their service. And I'm going to purge it of your stain.
You serve none but yourself. Without contact with your order, you can have no higher purpose. Only the base concerns of the flesh. You have cast yourself from our ranks.
No. I've risen above them. I'll take the leaden key and lead in a way that you, who remained nothing more than a slave to the gods, never could.
A leader without insight, directing an organization that does not question. Quite a vision, Initiate. You are far from home, dwarf.
I knew my hunt would send me a long way from Masuk. It was a challenge I was glad to undertake for my village.
A journey, then? It must be of some import to take you so far and to last so long.
Anything worth doing comes at great cost.
So it was worth it, then, to tell a dying beast of things it neither understood nor had memory of. You are here because you are lost. The gods cannot reach everyone, I'm afraid. May you fare better in your next lives.
Oh shit.
I gather you have had your soul awakened. Why else would you shadow my footsteps like some stray mongrel? You think I have something to offer you, but our business was concluded long ago. You think your abilities only flow in one direction. That isn't how it works, I'm afraid. Not for me. For all that you saw of my soul in the sanitarium, I saw as much of yours. I answered your questions once. That your soul is not fit to accept the answers is of little concern to me. I lied to no one. Not to you, not to anyone. The gods are real. They are everything we need them to be, and the world is better for it. The heart of this country has skipped a beat. Nothing more. I have done far worse. I plunged the peaceful kingdom of Telosus into civil war. I slew the monarch of Desantio, whose people never knew hardship under his rule, and replaced him with a cruel despot who brought them to ruin. When plague arrived at the great city of Arborensis, I saw to it that the cure did not. They piled their dead outside the city in heaps that rose above their walls. That's where you're mistaken. There was a time, back when your soul was still a shapeless mist, when the world believed only in false gods. Thousands of them. Gods that told them to take slaves. Gods that told them to make war upon their neighbors and devour the slain. Gods that told them to burn their children alive and cover themselves in the ashes as a sign of their faith. But all that changed when they learned of the true gods. Our gods. All those misshapen, bestial instincts melted beneath the radiance of our god's majesty. You could see it in their eyes. That dull emptiness replaced with the glimmer of a kindled spark. And replaced it with one far worse. Have you imagined this existence? The one the apostate would have created. We are not all so virtuous as she. Without our gods, the most wicked, the most tyrannical, they would take that power for themselves. But more than that, it would be a hollow existence. All mysteries forever unanswered. All purposes constructed from meaninglessness. No endings to bring closure. Only a wheel, turning without mercy, grinding our spirits to dust. For all my years, I have seen exactly what they are capable of. What the apostate asked was beyond any man. All I have seen, the millennia of experience. I will not be dissuaded from this course. This is the only way. You have not thought this through. There is no leaving this place for you. I allowed it once, but you have made it all too clear what a mistake my mercy was. With your soul and thousands of others, I will see this world purged of its suffering. Hear me, Woodica. Your servant calls for aid. Octen!
God damn it. I am not fucking happy about that.
How may I help? I'm here.
Hey. Need something?
Ready, Watcher.
What?
Off!
The fall.
Ready, Watcher.
Yes?
Seek the
Man, I want to use the Lich so bad. Alright, so he's resistant. Pretty good resistance to lightning.
Yes?
So he's not immune to it.
Aye?
Lava.
Okay. That fucking hurt.
Ready, Watcher.
Beyond.
forth to battle!
I'm here.
So he can one-shot me.
You are far from your post, Inquisitor. What brings... How did you find it? Hear me. Oh, Octan!
Alright, so this time
Ready, Watcher.
Aye? Hey.
Yes?
Need something?
Nah, man, what am I looking for?
Hey.
Hmm?
Ready, Watcher.
Yes?
Breathe.
Yeah?
How do I keep him interrupted?
Hey. How may I help?
Ready, Watcher.
Fucking plus 40 to prone. Only plus 10 to dazed.
Yes?
Oh, hell yeah.
Need something?
I'm here.
How may I help?
What?
Alright, you got knocked down. You got knocked down. Everybody got knocked down, chat.
Ready, Watcher.
Aye?
Enough of this.
Like earth and rock! Hey.
Need something?
Ready, Watcher.
Hey. Need something?
Get a good shot with this.
How may I help?
What?
Ready, Watcher.
How may I help?
Alright, so that's not gonna work.
Lava.
Beyond seek.
Brother, why are you fucking full again, man?
Yeah?
Hey.
Yeah?
Hmm?
Need something?
Hmm?
How may I help?
Ready, Watcher.
Yes?
I'm here.
Hmm?
Hey.
Need something?
Yes?
Hey.
Do a quick save here, chat.
Ready, Watcher.
Need something?
Hmm? Hey.
What?
I?
Need something?
No.
Hmm? Hey.
Ready, Watcher.
I'm here.
Ready, Watcher.
Hmm?
I'm here.
Need something?
Oh shit. It's going for my damn my girl. How can we stop this?
I?
Shit seems pretty good there.
Hey.
He's dazed.
Need something?
I mean, we just need like an on point stun, right?
Ready, Watcher.
Hey.
What?
I'm here. Hey. Yes?
He's not dominated though, right? He's just confused.
Moeth Ixie.
What?
Fuck, man.
What?
Worth and wrong.
Hmm?
Yeah?
Ready, Watcher.
Yes? I'm here.
Hey.
What?
Need something? Get up, towhead!
Hmm?
Yes?
You've been through worse!
Hmm?
Alright, man, I'm gonna revive you one more fucking time.
I'm here.
Aloth, kill him.
I hope this is the end, but what's to stop him from being born again with the same ill intent? And before you suggest the option, no, I'm not eating his soul. I'll put almost anything in my mouth, but not that.
After journeying for lifetimes, I can't imagine his failure, knowing it was all for nothing.
He was good at serving his god, I give him that. But he should have picked a better one.
All those lives. And at the end of them, he was no better than the very people he sought to guide. A pity he would ever have to face that realization
The way
again.
you should do it is you just kill the two. You should kill the two vessels before he hits the third phase. One by one, the tendrils disappear, leaving ashen effigies where people once stood. You sense a listlessness, suspect of soul, an overwhelming fatigue that hinders its immediate escape and makes it vulnerable to manipulation.
You've let him off too easily, Watcher. I would have left such scars on his soul that he'd have begged escape from the wheel's turn.
Oh shit.
Theos, he had hold of your soul from a long time back, seems like. You get what you needed from him? Not many can say that these days. Not in this. You'll be feeling better soon, then. Good. That's real good. You got it figured out what you're going to do about all that? Got a lot of people out there thinking they've been abandoned by their gods. There's not much that'll put the fear in you more. If it was in my power, and I know it's not, but if it was, I'd send every last one of those souls right back where they were supposed to. After what you've been through, though, I'm sure you got your own idea.
Ah, the end of the road greets us at last. You fared well, Watcher. Better, but with that trial's end, a new one
Fucked up his
begins.
quest.
A god's trial. And I will stand in judgment without mercy.
Victory looks good on you. There was a blur about your soul that lingers no more. Seems putting Theos to rest has given you some measure of inner peace. Of course, now you need to decide what to do with these trapped souls. You've won the right, if you wish, to use these souls as fodder to strengthen the living. Think of the Hollowborn, think of the victims of animancy gone awry. It would be a great boon to so many. Consider, my Watcher friend, that a true hunter provides strength and sustenance for the whole tribe. But that is merely my two pawns on this matter. This is your hunt, your victory, your prize. When I lost my way, you helped steer me back to Gallowayne. I sincerely believe the Seeker God has returned the favor by guiding you to this moment. It has been an honor to be a part of your pack.
Never thought I'd see something like this in my travels. Lends a little perspective, doesn't it? To think, the decisions the Angwithans made thousands of years ago still shape our lives today. It would be a shame to deny these souls the chance to find their own way and their own purpose. I guess that's up to you, isn't it? Because I'm too short to reach the controls on that thing. For all I know, when you flip the switch, that thing will blast us all as far as Nasitak. Whatever happens, though, I'm glad we journeyed together. So you did. It's been an honor.
Astounding. I always knew the Leaden Key stood for something big, but I didn't quite realize what I'd gotten myself into. And now, you're in the middle of something even bigger. With a decision that will affect millions. This is beyond either of us. The certainty of the gods is a mercy. Power like this is a heavy burden. Just look at how it crushed Theos. And perhaps he was right to surrender it to Woodica. It's your decision, of course. And whatever... Hmm?
Sweet. I talked to these things that popped up back here.
At your command, the ancient device became your instrument, spinning to life with deafening resonance and gathering up the swirling essence like thread on a great spindle.
Sit, chat.
There, in the pale pulsing glow of the machine that set you on this path long ago, you summoned all your strength, focusing on your objective and blocking out all else. With a single concussive blast that rocked the chamber and sent you tumbling to the ground, you freed the souls from their stasis. Exhausted, your consciousness slipping away, your last sight was of the machine, dark and dormant. Then your eyes closed, and sleep welcomed you at long last. After coming to and searching for some time, you discovered the route Theos used to enter Sun and Shadow, and embarked on a long and arduous ascent back to the surface. You emerged in Ter Evron after days of tunneling through the rubble Theos had left behind, and when you stepped into the daylight, you were faced with a different Deerwood than the one you had left. At your direction, the souls diverted by Theos were guided back to the vessels originally meant for them. For the first time, parents of hollow-born children woke to the cries of their infants and looked into their eyes to see them staring back. People fell to their knees where they stood, thanking Helia or Mogren or even Aethys for their forgiveness of whatever guilt they felt they bore. But for all the relief that had come to some parents, others only found new grief. For many thousands of Hollowborn had died during Wideone's legacy, many by their parents' own hands. For those children, there would be no homecoming. Yet the last Hollow birth was in the past now, and those parents willing to risk trying for a new child were frequently rewarded, often with twins. Many felt they saw Helia's hand in it, and the year would be remembered as the Year of Helia's Splendor. It is said that Galawain is the enforcer of the gods, and is known to hunt down those who wrong them. To wrong Galawain, then, is truly to wake the beast, and the father of monsters took great umbrage at your broken promise to him. Along with Mogren and Abidan, Galawain embarked upon a more direct approach to claiming his quarry. In the months that followed, the frontier settlements of Deerwood were inexplicably attacked by packs of beasts and monsters, suddenly organized and unafraid to approach Kith on their own land. Many such villages were all but destroyed by the time troops could be dispatched from local garrisons. Those that weren't destroyed by the beasts of Galawain often found themselves at the mercy of the fires of Mogren. A dry spell throughout Deerwood led to a rash of forest fires on a scale not seen since the War of Black Trees, and many settlements paid the price for their proximity to the wilderness. In the cities, meanwhile, dabblers in animancy who had placed souls into golems and other moving vessels soon found that their creations had risen up against them. Such constructs terrorized their surroundings, killing indiscriminately and often in great numbers before being subdued. Lord Radric's zeal had brought him back to life once, but it would not do so again. Radric's destruction at your hands spelled the end of his suffocating rule over Gilded Vale and the surrounding area. In his absence, the village prospered, becoming a popular destination for new settlers anxious to leave Defiance Bay after the riots. Without a nearby ruler, it also grew more wild, with many settlers moving on as soon as they'd arrived, turned off by lawlessness that was excessive even by Deerwooden standards. Nevertheless, despite the challenges of living there, Gilded Vale had survived, and would continue to survive for the foreseeable future. Following the assassinations of Duke Avar Wolfgren and Lady Webb, Defiance Bay was thrown into political upheaval. In the ensuing weeks, the streets had become the domain of looters and blackguards. Few dared to step outside their own doors alone or unarmed. But order was soon re-established by the Knights of the Crucible, who, despite their depleted numbers, had gained favor in the public eye for their role in unraveling Wideone's legacy. They were quickly reinforced by returning forces from Fleetbreaker Castle. Having seen both the ills and the promise of animancy, internally the Knights quietly began a more cautious exploration of the new science. Depleted in numbers but bolstered by their newly forged stock of soul-augmented weaponry and a small contingent of forged knights, the Knights of the Crucible would soon become an order few in Defiance Bay would dare to cross. But the opportunity to build upon their newfound power proved too great a temptation for the High Justice. What was at first a measured approach to animancy soon gave way to a rapid buildup of armaments. The High Justice would eventually seize control of the city for his order and place Defiance Bay under indefinite martial law. Though the machine atop Ter Noaneth had been disabled, it had not seen its last use. Heritage Hill was rebuilt, and no sooner had the first families moved in to resettle the district than members of the Leaden Key, acting under standing orders from their Grand Master, climbed the tower and reactivated the machine. The initiates slew a handful of the new settlers under cover of night and watched as history repeated itself, the victims reanimating and devouring the survivors. After this second incident, the district would remain abandoned. The Duke's assassination at the apparent hands of an animancer had caused catastrophic rioting in the streets of Defiance Bay. But those who had escaped the melee and the palace hearings remembered the testimonies of the strange guest who had shown up that day and absolved animancy, implicating the Leaden Key instead. The rumor spread quickly, and soon the popular belief was that the assassin had been a Leaden Key spy. When the legacy had lifted, people came to see it not as a sign that the riots had been according to the gods' wishes, as Theos had hoped, but as a confirmation that animancy had never been the source of the problem in the first place. Deerwoodans instead convinced themselves that the riots had somehow purged Defiance Bay of Leaden Key spies, and that the end of Widewind's legacy was their well-deserved reward. The rage against animancers was quickly forgotten, and those who had survived were permitted to return to Brackenberry Sanitarium and rebuild it so they might resume their studies. The town of Deerford had seen the last of the cult of Scan. Dark rumors about the town's many curses quickly faded, and travelers soon returned. The fortress of Cadnua emerged as a bastion of security in the midst of an untamed land, becoming the envy of every thane and earl in Deerwood. Legend grew over time of its impregnability, and stories of formidable invaders easily scattered by the keep's defenses became popular around the hearths of Deerwoodinians. Likewise, it also became a beacon to travelers, merchants, and visiting dignitaries alike. Reputed as the finest fortress in all Deerwood, people would journey from near and distant lands alike to experience its fabled hospitality and grandeur. The Audra dragon known as the Master Below, her soul now housed in the body of the huntress Fallen Roet, passed out of Deerwood in relative anonymity, her final destination unknown, even to herself. She was last seen in the port town of Road's End, boarding a ship, an Audra talisman glowing about her neck. Palagina had gone against the Duke's Bell's orders by inventing a new trade arrangement with the Anamenfath to accommodate the recovering Deerwooden market. With the Deerwood's people still weakened by Widewind's legacy, the Valian republics easily pushed their would-be competitors out of the market. For her outrageous insubordination and audacity, Palagina was banished from the republics. She traveled north in the Eastern Reach, avoiding Valian ports and entering the ranks of the kind wayfarers. Despite her bravery and dedication to those in her care, her strange appearance made her feel like an outsider wherever she went. With your business concluded, Haravius quietly took his leave and headed home to Thane Bog. The elders of the Fisher Crane had not warmed to Haravius in his absence, and when he arrived, he was denounced and scorned. Haravius spoke of his deeds and of his communion with Galawain, yet none would support his petition to return to the tribe. One by one, starting with the oldest, Haravius challenged each member of the council to single combat, humiliating the Riau in a series of savage duels. With half the council bloodied and shamed, the elders at last acknowledged Haravius's strength, announcing him a hunter of the Fisher Crane tribe. Upon being granted this title, Haravius calmly left the village and embarked again on his life of wandering. Adair chose not to return home to Gilded Vale. Through a number of quiet inquiries, he soon found his way into the underground organization of Aethasians known as the Night Market. Ironically, In learning that the gods had been fabricated, Adair found his faith in Aethus renewed, and that his god was neither alive nor truly a god had become irrelevant. He rose quickly through the ranks of the night market for his optimism and for his bold leadership, his ultimate goal to make the Deerwood a place that would welcome followers of the Shining God once again. When the dust settled in sun and shadow, Aloth looked upon the remains of Theos Ix Arcanon, his former master. He saw where the Grandmaster had gone wrong, and he knew what he would do better. The secret of the gods would be preserved, and with it, the sanity and well-being of all Kith. He donned the remains of Theos's ceremonial garb and prepared himself for the long and lonely task ahead. With the Watcher's goals accomplished and his own vows fulfilled, Kanorua sailed back toward Rawatai, thinking on the lessons his travels had provided him. By the time he landed at Tekoa, he understood what his path must be. Standing before the Lore College, Kanorua explained that the tablet he sought had been destroyed, and so a true interpretation of the Tonvi Oratoa could no longer exist. The people of Rawatai would have to create their own. He described the many strange things he had seen in his travels, and announced his intent to pursue the accumulation of knowledge abroad, seeking answers to new questions. True to his word, Kana soon set sail on yet another expedition, and in Tekoa, his passionate accounts inspired many to follow in his footsteps. With Theos defeated and the souls released from sun and shadow, healthy children were born once again in the Deerwood. The grieving mother sought a place where she might do penance for the birthing bell. She returned to Deerford, where, to the astonishment of the villagers, she delivered the first healthy child in over a decade. She remained there, and with each new birth, she saw a measure of hope restored to the Deerwood and a measure of grace for her own troubled past. Durrance continued to blame Woodica for the atrocities of the Saints' War. Believing Magrin to have been a pawn in the machinations of the Queen that was, and feeling that Theos's expulsion had been a step towards reconciliation with his goddess, Durrance tried for a time to reopen communication with her. When only silence came, he took it as a condemnation of his continued existence. Ultimately, he built a pyre and threw himself upon it, using his own shattered staff as kindling. Sagani experienced the 4 months of her journey back to Masuk in vivid colors. She strove to memorize every moment of her final trip through the Deerwood, Erglonfoth, the Valian Republics, and beyond, preparing to tell her village of what she had seen on her long journey. All of Masuk shared in her triumph, and she felt her pride and elation magnified by the joy of her village. Never again did she doubt the value of her sacrifices. After decades as a long hunter, Sagani finally became one of Masuk's most respected elders. She guided her community with wise counsel, and a generation after she finally passed, another huntress journeyed into the world to find her soul. For you, the death of Theos brought an end to your waking visions, and a silence to the whispers of the past. In their absence, you were able to sleep. The questions of a distant lifetime ceased to trouble your soul. All that remained was what to make of the answer. But at the moment, there was little to be done, and the matter would have to wait. A long journey loomed ahead.
It's a lot, chat. Oh. There's a lot of Kickstarters. We're just in the D's. Holy shit.